we go. Um, okay, say a few things. That's what I thought.
Right.
Adjust your thing as usual. Do gameplay is right here. Uh, okay. Okay. Now I should have your sound.
All right, better?
Yeah, that's it. Now I
Better, better,
gotcha.
better. There we go.
Uh-oh.
I heard an echo there on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hear echo time.
that's not good. Say some
Well,
more
now I
thing.
don't hear it. Yeah, I don't hear it now.
Okay, just had to get warmed up.
Okay.
You know, those tubes, those valves, they take a while to warm up. Um, yeah, I always have to change that in OBS. It takes the title of the window and it changes based on the group we're in Discord. That's why what I always have to remember
Okay.
change. Ooh, way okay. Turn mine up there. There's yours. And tank off sound check. Yep, that is good. All right, I think the sound's good. I'm
Okay.
gonna just bring mine down a little bit, keep it in the yellow. Um, okay, here we
Somebody
go.
just check.
Oh, here he is.
Hey, excellent.
I'm showing no mic on that one or muted or something, Shade, if you're, um, yeah, oh, there he is. He typed in. Yeah, he joined, but for some reason
Okay.
I'm showing Shade as muted.
Okay.
So,
Okay. He can hear us though.
can you hear us, Shade?
He says, "Yep, here. I can hear.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
The little icon on you, Shade, has a microphone with a slash on a red background. So I assume somehow you're muted. And yep. Okay.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Hey, right. Well, now both people listening to the live stream know the secret.
Both people. Yeah. Who are
Yeah,
those both people? That's
there are
right. Well,
pairs.
that's the premium service. You know, they pay for the premium robot streaming service, and that's what they get for that.
Oh,
You know,
STB is out there on the
you
chat.
get the behind the scenes information first. That's what you get. That's what your
Yeah.
membership pays for.
You know, you got to pay that upper level UTWAT membership. It's just worth it.
Yeah.
Um, it's worth every every ruble. Um, let's see.
Every
Okay.
shekel, every
Oh,
Deutschmark.
somebody guessed it there in the game chat, but I
Yeah,
suppose
I see that.
we're so close to the game right now, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter now. Doesn't matter.
Um, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Huh.
Mm,
Excuse me.
yeah. Um, yeah, I don't, well, I mean, we could try sign language from Shade, but I'm not sure if that'll work on stream. Um,
he could type it in. We could read his commentary. I have my phone popped up with Discord, so I can read his comments.
Well, we could
To
have
try
one
and
of those.
imitate his voice.
We could have a robot voice, one of those AI voices read it and
I have to call
mispronounce.
Think Tank. Yeah. Get him to go on to 11 Labs and hook us up with somebody.
Hey, testing.
Oh, hey, there you are.
All right.
All
Yeah,
right.
great to hear your voices. Yeah,
Welcome.
I don't think I see a screen yet. Oh wait, I don't want to start a video quest. Go back
No.
to the thing. Or is it? Oh, there. Yeah, I see black.
On the game or on the Discord?
The call, I guess. I saw.
Oh.
I should join a call.
Yeah.
Now I see black. I've never done this before.
Oh, well, whatever you're
Yeah.
doing, it's working.
Well,
so
you're
don't
on.
touch
Yeah,
anything.
you're on.
Oh yeah, STB is listening to us on the stream. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell everyone we're doing the intro. Go ahead, OP, and chat for a bit.
Yeah. So welcome, man. Thank you so much for showing up.
Woohoo! It's great to be here. I've not ever been in such an event. When did this event begin? This tradition?
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
Bad Robot and I have been talking about doing pretty early on. I don't remember when our first broadcast was. 2022.
Yeah.
Was it back then? It could have been or 2023. Yeah, it's been several years now. We just started talking during the games about how it would be fun to do it. It's kind of like just joking around, and then we realized we had the capability. Robot does, because he's the tech guy when it comes to the programs. And the blabbermouth. So I take over a lot of the talking part on here, and it really works. We're similar style players. We have similar ideas about the playing of the game. We've always meshed. I modeled my game after his, and just got to talking to him in the chats over the years, and so it came to be. We gave it a shot, and we've been trying to do it ever since. So it's good. We've had a couple different people on over the years to be guest hosts: Think Tank, Gunner, Crescendo, Andro, Velvet Thunder. We just had STD and Matt the other day. Yeah, so
Andro's been around Martian games since the very, very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we feel like on the web he played.
Yeah.
I think it had something to do with cookies and.
I'm gonna start up the recording here because this is actually really interesting, and I'd really kind of like to get it recorded.
Get it on air, yeah.
So pretend you didn't.
Robot will introduce, yeah.
So okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, it's your old buddy Bad Robot, and here we are at well, we're gonna do something really different today. And we have a great special guest, an amazing special guest that we're really excited about getting here. But we are going to do a level 0 game. But the one thing that is not 0 about this game is my host to the east. That is...
Got a 69 Panzer with a 396. Oh, hey, Robot, how you doing?
Hey.
Yeah, Outpost number 31 here, and racing in the back streets of New Jersey. And these back streets here at Tank Off have been really chewed up. The floods, the damage tanks. I would really like to talk to somebody about conditions here. You never get in touch with these guys in charge. Oh, wait, what's that? What'd you say? Oh my goodness, you got to be kidding me. Just the guy we wanted to talk to, joining us from his busy world. Thank you so much for showing up today. The one and the only Shade.
Woohoo! Yes, I have made it I've heard this as this has been going on as a tradition for 2 years, and I don't know how I've missed it so many years. Probably because I'm usually asleep right now, but or during whenever you do it, and I am so fortunate this time around because it is so dang hot during the day lately, and we don't have AC up here because they don't think you need AC way up here near Seattle. And but with
Yeah.
global warming though, it is getting pretty hot. So I've been working through the night, and I'm like nearing the end of my night, I guess you could say. The temperature is still okay.
Yeah.
At 8
Well, we're
a.m. for me right now.
very happy that you're able to work it out as we play. We can, if you yeah, we'll ask you how much you're comfortable sharing the incredible efforts that have been going on to keep the game running.
Oh my
We'll
gosh.
discuss all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, you want to set a room there, Vinny
I
Barbarino?
will. All right. Hey, up your nose with a rubber hose, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think this is?
Mhm.
Okay, let's get a new room. Create new room. Military base, max level 0, we said, right?
Yep. Max level
Okay,
0.
saved by 0.
Here we go.
Choose your attributes wisely. Choose them wisely. I have to consider that
Yeah.
as I'm speaking. Yes. Okay. All right. That's what I'm rocking with. Okay. I am going in the room now.
Yep.
Mute my computer.
Okay,
Here,
I
sitting
should
at
be
my
in.
spot in the red base.
Oh,
There's.
we are in.
Right. Are you in, Shade?
Oh,
Are you just-
okay. So, do I need to play?
You don't
You
have
don't need to
no.
play. If you just want to talk, that's fine. If you're if you're in the room, we just want to know who you are. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not in that room yet. But yeah, I can get in there.
Or you can just
Okay.
talk. Yeah.
Yeah, you can absolutely
If
just
you
talk
want.
here. And
Yeah.
we can,
No
we're
problem.
we're gonna go to a new room in 2 games anyway, so that'll be fine.
Woohoo! I finally get to shoot STB down. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. And
So it's Metal Mayhem here. We are trying something new with level 0 tanks. Everybody's a level 0. You'll see all the different tanks. Bad Robot and myself, we are being joined today by Shade. He will be in and out of the games, it sounds like, depending on if he can get in. But definitely will be chatting with us. We are very pleased to have him join us. First time ever. So much to talk about. I don't even know where to start. It's been a long stretch. How did you get involved in gaming? I'd like to start with that. Like, this is your career, this is your passion. How did you get into this?
Hey,
Can you hear me?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I was actually trying to get into the game. Can you hear me now?
yes.
I can hear you. I wasn't sure if
Okay,
anybody
good.
could hear me.
Oh, the room is full, so yeah, there's my excuses.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be in the lobby. Yeah, how did I get in to the industry? Well, you know what? It started with, on my Commodore 64.
Oh.
I figured out how to. My friend was like, "Hey, this is gonna blow your mind. Look," and he showed me how to have an input, ask for my name, and then it said, "Oh, well, good morning, Shade," or my name was Steve back then, and that just freaking blew my mind because it was the only TV in the world that knew my name. I was like, well, how did the TV screen know my name? This is insane, and I've been hooked ever since. So, but I really got involved once. I guess like around the time that Halo and the Xbox came out, and I was just blown away by those games, and those influenced me greatly, especially Halo. There's Halo element all over the place. Basically, the way the vehicles move so like dynamically with this amount of versatility. That
physics in it are physics in it are accurate. I've never played Halo, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it has this kind of fun, bouncy, like let's just like where you feel like the vehicles are heavy, but you can also get around. You can almost just say, I want to try to get over there or on that roof or something, and you just about be able to do it. And that just blew my mind, and I've just been inspired by that kind of gameplay ever since.
Do you have a physics background as well, a computer background?
Self-taught. Gosh, I've been around so long, it was hard to even find like, oh gee, where do I learn how to do this stuff?
Right.
I started when I was 8. So yeah, that Commodore 64 story. I was 8 years old, and I was just fascinated with it. I learned programming back then by buying magazines that had in the backs code that you could type into your computer, and you could then run it. And that ended up being the way that games were distributed way back at the beginning. Because putting it on a magazine, like a floppy disk, they started doing that later. At the beginning, it was just, no, here's the code. You gotta like type it in yourself, and you can play this game.
Wow. So a different way to share. It's the early days of shareware, I guess, right?
Yeah, and so it was very hands-on, but I was just always interested in how the darn things worked. More than anything else, that fascinated me. So here I am, still fascinated with that, even though it is stressful at times.
Well, it's been stressful certainly the last couple of weeks, month or so now, almost.
Oh, yeah,
what exactly happened? I don't know if you can. If you can explain quickly, in a summary, what was going on.
Yeah, the whole economy is just like changing really quick, and with respect to gaming, I think it's gonna come around though again. It's just that I feel like this pandemic hit, and then people were.
I got kicked out of the room.
The only the only thing that people could do was play games during the pandemic for like 2 years. So then everyone got tired of playing games, or not everybody, obviously, but. Enough that the market sort of dipped for a bit, and so gosh, getting any kind of like work in tech or in programming and gaming, game licensing and stuff has just been a lot more difficult. But I look at it as that it's time to adapt and change. Kind of like, gosh, that's a whole other discussion. But adapt to changing tastes and stuff like that. Obviously, AI is like a really big thing lately, and I've been keeping up with that, and like try to figure out how that could be utilized in games. It has obvious use cases for characters, so we've been doing a lot of work with characters, which is different from what I've been doing mostly. Vehicles. But I do have interest in games that tell a story, establish a world. World building is probably my favorite thing involved in games and game development.
I just saw something online. Somebody in England, I think it was, has been playing the same game, Dungeons and Dragons, for 40 years. That definitely has characters in it, correct?
Yeah. Oh man, that's I remember that as well from 4th grade. About what I got into Dungeons and Dragons. Those are role-playing games, they call them. Then games that had lots and lots of players that were role-playing based were called MMORPGs, massive multiplayer online role-playing games, like World of Warcraft. And of course,
I've heard of that.
World of Tanks or something like that. I think is definitely a nod to that.
My nephew played. I think he still does play Dungeons and Dragons, He has the whole
Okay.
setup downstairs. You know, he's got the table and the pieces. And I never understood. I could never follow that stuff. But
We're
Well, there's a little
switching.
bit of that element in the games that I make where you actually
Oh.
have a leveling up aspect to it, and you can kind of pick your character is, of course, a tag at the beginning, but the leveling up and the setting of attributes is very D&D based
okay.
spirit. So there is some element there.
Okay.
All right, Robot, I got you. I'm setting up a new room. We got, I don't know, there's some lag going on or something,
Oh
apparently.
no!
Yeah.
no.
But we're good.
Well-
Yeah.
Okay.
What was happening? Was it like you were making shots and they weren't registering, or
I don't know.
what?
Somebody was complaining about it. I got booted out, but I don't know what the issue
Oh,
was
damn.
for anybody else.
But
we're
Okay.
back.
We're in. Join us if you can.
Let me know.
We're in, so you got to jump in kind of quick. People, these rooms fill up fast.
Yeah, I think there's room on the red team. I don't know why there's 8 guys on blue and only 4 on red. It's for all level 0s.
Yeah, it's
What's up?
same
It's
teams.
interesting.
Let's see.
Yeah.
My friend just dropped in. Well, I see 4 red, 4 blue. Wait, 5, 6, 7 blue now. Okay, so that's the automatic assignment, I guess. But that's a good point that. Oh, you know what? I think it's not reading what level you forced yourself into, but rather what level you normally are.
Oh, okay.
And so
Interesting.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's something that I should fix. Obviously, yeah, everyone's level 0 here.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've never tried this before, so we're trying two new things today, having you on as our guest and a level 0. And the reason we decided to do this was because when the game went down and then came back up, as you recall, you were only able to access it as a guest and have a level 0 account.
Oh,
And
wild.
nothing,
Okay.
nothing would get saved. You could level up during the game. I got up to level 5 one day at one point, but you couldn't, once you logged out, that progress was lost. But when we played the games with a bunch of level 0 T90s, because that's the only tank you can have, we all had a blast. It was pure defense the whole time. So we had a lot of fun. So we were getting ready to do a level 0 game, even though we knew the game wasn't fully up yet. We thought it would be fun to have a mayhem with just those conditions, and then that's when it crashed again. And so now this is our finally back, the welcome back.
Yeah, man, we'll keep the game running no matter what. It was just a bit of some uncertainty there because like the server literally like the first came around. I thought they were going to give me a little more time to pull the money together, but they were like, just no more server view. So like,
what is a server? I don't understand any of this stuff. What is a server?
Yeah, well, he carries the dishes and sets the table. No, just kidding. That's a different server.
Okay.
This one, he's like, he delivers the messages. So there's, he's more like a message than a table setter. So it's, like you're shooting your tank, ball cannons, and so there's all this information about like what angular and linear velocity at like about every quarter of a second, and that gets sent to a computer then broadcasts that information to all the other players. That's in the simplest sense what it is.
So it's essentially, well, not essentially, but it's a common location for all the data to go to and then be sent out from the mothership, so to speak, to all the little sister ships, baby ships, the players. Okay, and now the location of that can change. Is that correct? Like sometimes it could be in Seattle, or you could have a server anywhere, I guess, correct?
So one of the challenges there is if your game doesn't get more than like 50 players at a time online, that's really tough to achieve. We've only achieved that on a few times in history, consistently. Although I guess Air Wars and maybe Tank Off when it was front page. I'd say when we're front page, we can get up to maybe 50 concurrent players. If we have that, then we can justify having the server be ping based. So if you've got a lot of people in Australia, then they can connect to other Australians, and then the ping rate, the ping means how much time it takes for a round trip to the server. If your ping is like more than a second, then it's hard to compensate for that to give you a feeling of yeah, it gets sluggish if stuff is lasting.
Yeah, well, I noticed when I had the my MacBook for this, which you and I discussed the keyboard damage a long time ago. That was, part of the keyboard getting damaged was due to my frustration at not being able to do things as quickly as everybody else. Now, I don't know if that wasn't necessarily ping. My ping's always been pretty. Right now, it's 24 on my new Dell, but it was always pretty good. The ping was never the issue. The FPS was a big issue on the Mac. I'd have in the 30s. Now it's 66 to 80 most days. It's pretty solid. So, but none of that is necessarily related to the server. Is that correct? Like my particular Mac issues, the slowness on a Mac wasn't necessarily due to...
that would be different. It would be the speed of your internet connection would be the only thing that would relate with the server. Like if your internet happens to be slow or the server is just really far away, like ours is in the United States. I'd like to change that if we can get on the front page of Crazy Games again, which I think we could do. That's been the whole point here, and it's been great to learn how important the games are to all us Martians here. That's had a profound effect on my sense of relating to the game.
The community, how big it is.
It is very important, and I can understand that. I'm a gamer myself. There are games that I've cared about very deeply, and it really has to do with the multiplayer, the communities that the games bring about. We've been fortunate to collect such a great community that has been so dedicated for so many years. Gosh, it's been like 20 years. Like close 15, it seems.
That's the thing that I like so much about this, is the community. The Robot and I speak about this quite a lot. Meeting all these guys, a few girls, from all over the place. I just find that fascinating. We played with STB and Matt. They were our guests. Look at this game score.
Yeah.
1-1 with 88 kills and 70 kills.
That's a lot of kills.
Sorry.
I noticed a lot of base protection happening here. Maybe because I'm looking at Robot right now.
Well, that's Robot style. That's my style. I like to protect my defender.
This is a defend the base mode.
Yes.
Okay.
So we had Matt and STB on as our guest. STB's from Pakistan, and Matt's from the Netherlands. So we had us two guys here from the United States. We two guys, Robot and myself, and then we had a guy from Pakistan and somebody from the Netherlands on. We're talking to him live while we're, sharing the action of this game. That's what brought us together from really all the way around the world. So that's the part that I find so cool about it. And they're kids. These are, STB and Matt are younger guys. Robot and I are handsome devils, but we're not that young anymore.
Yeah. Strong and handsome.
We got them beat. We got them beat in the handsome department, but they got us licked on age right now.
Well, I was pretty young and strapping when I started coding Tankoff, but gosh, it's been like a decade or something at this point. So, quite a lot of time.
So now, was it Air Wars was first? Motor Wars was first? Which one was first?
Motor Wars was the first game that I noticed could actually start paying bills and stuff. So I was like, oh, now I can finally pause some of my day job work and focus 100%. And then that did better and better, mainly because of the web player. At that time, there was a Unity web player that gave nearly perfect performance because it didn't have to go through all these like checks and balances, I guess, with the browser. It was like a direct native speed thing, and unfortunately, it had left a lot of vulnerabilities for hacks and weird stuff. So they had to stop all of those types of plugins, those that got into the native direct connection with your CPU and GPU. And so then it was WebGL was all we had, even to this day.
Yes, I remember seeing that.
Tankoff is still running WebGL, though you can download the native version. And the WebGL has gotten better and better, and actually more recently there is WebGPU, which is the closest thing to recovery of the glory days. And so Crazy Games has been begging me release these games in WebGPU, and it's just been very difficult to find the time to do that. But I'm now with the player support, community support, there's helping me to afford the time to do so. Now, of course, we got caught up in a lot of server migration stuff in the last 2 weeks, I guess. Where it's because like we shut down the old server, which is running old things, and the code is like 1,000 lines of code, thousands that were written in this old PHP, this PHP 6 or 7, and it actually changed quite a bit, as it turns out. I thought it was going to be easy, and it's like just continuously lots of problems, even with Joaquin I don't know how anyone pronounces his name, but I call him JJ.
Oh, yeah. JJ. Sassafras?
Yeah,
Sassafras. Which I used to joke with him about that because sassafras is also a name for a drug that's kind of like ecstasy. I made fun of him for that.
Well, you got to be on drugs to play this game, so that's okay.
Yeah. And I said, why did you pick sassafras? He said, oh, because I like root beer. It's like, you like drinking root beer when you're high?
Yeah.
And no, it's something you can put in root beer. So it's just something that happens to have two different definitions.
Gotcha.
I come from video games, so we know a little less about root beer, a little more about the other.
Root beer, yes, the drink of Snoopy.
I do like root beer.
Can't go wrong with root beer. Definitely not.
Oh, I see.
So we have another 1-1 game going on here in the world of noobs. Level 0 all day here on Metal Mayhem.
Yeah.
I have no idea who's who. I do see guys' names. I'm sorry we've been busy chatting with Shade, our special guest today. Haven't really given you the play-by-play action. I have noticed that there's somebody named Holy Priest Bob. I'm wondering if that's a reference to Judas Priest. I can't remember the guy's last name, but they had a lead singer by the name of Rob. So I'm wondering if that's a tribute to him.
I think that's Fury.
Coming here. Is that Fury?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Plays like him.
Okay, Lambo, Dr. Agony, I don't know what that is. STB, Noob 9918, no idea. Panther is here. Panther's a level 200 plus guy. Robots on blue with war tanks, the youngster from France. Zonky is here. Zonk.
Yeah.
You know, I forgot where Zonk's from. Germany? I forget.
Don't know.
We made up a world map, Shade. I don't know if you saw that. I put it on the promo video.
Oh yeah, I did. That was so cool. Yeah, you got like the whole gang spread all across the whole planet.
Yeah, to see where everybody's at, see how far reaching the game is, which I thought was really cool. Again, going back to what we talked about before, the wide-reaching appeal of the game, how it can bring people together. So I guess that's really one of the things that draws you to doing the games, is seeing those sort of. Did you imagine it would be popular, this popular?
Never. It surprises me to this day. I'm like, wow, like, wow, there's a nation. A lot of players like new to come together and deal with being level. Okay, and that's a lot of coordination for Gay by Release like 10 years ago. It baffles me, but I want to be honored by it, and then my very best to be respectful to the honor that it is. So yeah.
The other question that I know a lot of people have been worried about, especially our friend in England, Think Tank, is how in the heck did you ever survive that ordeal with Vampenstein?
Yeah, when I was tied up in one of those buildings over there, that robot there, and I was like trying to get out, but they kept asking questions. I wasn't giving them enough answers. Finally, someone got me out. I forget. I have to watch the movie again. But I think it turned out okay.
Until Vampenstein turns, we're on guard for that.
Yeah.
Man,
Switch
is that
room?
kind of silly? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Room
Robot.
switch.
Room switch, yeah, room switch. As if anybody's paying attention to the games,
I
but we'll
know.
switch anyway. Yeah.
Okay, we got
Yeah.
5 seconds
Okay, now we're
I'll set
out.
up-
on my screen.
All right. I'll set up a new room.
Oh, Bug's here. Good.
Bugs here. All right, max level 0, military base.
D3's here.
This-
Zonks.
Nico's confused. You have high levels. Why play with 0?
Yeah, well, he's always confused.
Oh,
It
need that,
feels
need more.
weird.
Takes me years.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Room is beginning. There we go. All right, room has opened.
Okay, I'm gonna actually switch tanks. Gonna go back to the old days. The Tiger.
He's going to the Tiger.
Yeah.
I got robot on my side. There we
All
go.
right.
Red base will be impenetrable now.
Oh, Icky's here. Good deal. STB.
Oh.
Bug,
Nice.
you got in. Nice. Okay.
Nice. Big crowd. Big crowd. Andrew's on vacation this week. Otherwise, he would have been here. I am sure. Hopefully, he'll listen to a little bit. I don't know if Tankenstein was able to get up this early out in Australia. And I don't know if Think Tank was able to make it either. I think he was going to try, but he's still a working man too. It's an odd. Well, it is a little bit later in the day out there. Early here. This is an unusually early start for us. Oh yeah, I got STB. Sorry, STB. Had to do it.
I gotta remember, shoot blue tanks now. I can't.
Yeah.
I watched STB go with the flag.
I got booted.
Oh,
I got
no.
booted. I
Get back
knew
in
it. I knew
fast.
It
Get
was,
back in fast.
Yeah, it was getting funny in there. I'm getting a little.
The server boot you. It could be because of the distance. So I wish that ping option where you can kind of figure out what realm to choose based on the server response.
Yeah. Yeah, there's, well, let's see, man, it is, oh, there we go. There's my opening. Oops. Oh, nope. I have no attributes. I didn't load up with anything, but I'm in the room, so.
You're in blue.
I'm playing with nothing.
Yeah.
I have nothing. I have nothing on my tank.
Back to the old
I got
days.
in the room. I am a true level 0. I mean, like 0. I have no attribute. I punched in so quickly I didn't click on any of the dollars worth of upgrades.
Tens of dollars, I tell you, tens of dollars.
Yeah, and I'm booted again. Ouch.
Oh, dang.
What is
it was sort of designed for 4 versus 4, and not quite as active. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of action going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of, they're all in room 7154.
Yeah.
Ah, damn.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys in room 7154.
11.
Alright, so this is what I'll do. I'll come in as a guest. See if I can get in as a true level 0. Alright, and let's see. No, still can't get in. But I'll wait. You guys can describe what's happening.
Well, 5345 is coming in on the attack and has blown me up. A level 0 blew me up. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. He's a
The
hacker.
humbling. Yeah, he's clearly a low-life cheating hacker.
Low life. Report him to you, twat.
Got him.
This is the. I'm sure you must be getting sick, and Sassafras too, of all these complaints about the hackers and the whinings. I'm not going to call out names here. We're not about that. We're not about it. But we all know who we're talking about. Is this a common thing in all games? Is that what goes on?
Man, everybody gets blamed for being a hacker the minute that they are better. So, yeah, it's all over the place.
Interesting. I never heard that when I had my little Atari Pong set back in the 1970s.
Yeah.
If somebody beat me, I mean, it's kind of hard to say he cheated. The game is brand new. There's never been anything like it before. You sort of just accepted that you weren't that good. And you had to get better. But now it's evolved to they have to be cheating to beat me. Somewhere there's been a societal disconnect.
Yeah. Spacio says I was out doing something for my pet, causing trouble. Okay.
Why are you doing that, Spacio? Yeah, that's Matt. No, is Matt Spacio? I forget.
It's interesting how every map I've ever made, players will figure out how to get out and how to get out of the boundary that is meant to keep them in. And then they'll actually come up with games on their own that will happen beyond the boundary, whether it's racing or something else.
Well, you shored up everything, I thought, on the military base, right? The bombs away exits have been closed, but every once in a while people do get out. I don't know how they do it either. I've tried. For a little contest, we jump over the corners of things, get up on towers, try and jump out, figuring that might escape the boundary, but no. Jumping over the corners.
Mind it, but there's sometimes someone just continuously shooting, like into the base.
That's bombs away.
Until far out in the yonder.
That was bombs.
Yeah.
Or in Motor Wars, they get under the ground, shoot from underground.
Oh yeah.
Well, I just found out recently, like within this year, that you can shoot through the roof. If somebody's up on the roof by the blue and the red base, you can do damage to them.
Well, that's kind of realistic.
In certain spots. Sure.
If you knew someone above you if you're in a tank, and it's just a roof after all, so you ought to be doing some damage.
All right, so how come then you can drive through a fence, you can jump over the fence, but you can't crash the fence down? See, that's where the inconsistencies show up. And those boxes, those darn boxes, they are everywhere. Right when you need to make a turn, one of them jumps up and gets you.
I would have liked to have more destructible stuff going on. We experimented with that with Motor Wars. There was a lot of stuff you could knock over and stuff.
Cool.
But it's interesting. It ends up being where that the players argue that like one side is more advantaged than another because of this junk and heaps of junk that
debris in the way.
Yeah. One of the most interesting things to me is how the Martian games sort of became more like esport rather than so not as much casual games as kind of an esport that a community would over the years start to take seriously. That didn't occur to me until I saw it happening, and then I'm like, okay, I better accommodate that. Like, I try to make some of the maps actually symmetrical. I believe we had that in Tank Off for a while. There was a symmetry map, but I had to like reduce how many different kinds of maps there were for a few different reasons. One of them being the WebGL limitation. We had to like bring it way down. But
that's why the Bayou had to go.
We could have the Bayou come back and maybe make some fixes to it. I know Fury didn't. He was furious about some of the lampposts.
Yeah. Hey,
they would just destroy you. If you go like 300 miles an hour, a lamppost will just knock you dead.
We need a new room.
I'm trying to set up a room, Robot. You want me to do that?
Yep, go ahead.
All right. I'm feeling I might get booted out again. I don't know.
Well,
it's a little. We'll find out.
I have no idea.
For me to know, I should do more stress testing and stuff on that.
My ping is 2750. No wonder I'm getting booted. Where did that come from?
The reason. Yeah, if it gets up around 4, the very instant it gets into, I think it's 4 seconds or 5 seconds, then it'll kick you. And the reason that be happening is just there's so much happening in the room. So
there's so many players, yeah.
Internet, it's trying to like capture all this information. Sometimes it might get hitched a little bit and then come in a flood, and then your computer's trying to process all that. And while it's doing that, it gets behind and can't gobble in more data, and then gives up.
Oh man, it's like having spaghetti dinner with the relatives. They're just stuffing that pasta down faster than they can eat it. Yeah.
I really need to optimize it. I'll it's in my long list of to-dos.
There you go. Ooh, 5,000 for a second. Easy. Yeah, so I never noticed that before, but that's exactly what it is. It's the ping is sky high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Lambo, it was just for a second 5522.
Your ping was 5522.
Yeah, it was.
That's nuts. Oh man, ours is 117. I got Jenny in there now. Well, which dude? Oh yeah, Jenny's.
Jenny's playing? Is that
Yeah.
Molly?
Jenny? We got 112. Trying to get a flag.
Welcome, Jenny. Welcome, Jenny. Has she ever played? Has she played? Robot, you
Yep, she gets a chance.
Conversation with Jenny, right?
I don't remember ever doing so, but
is that Molly I'm thinking of?
Yeah, that's Molly.
She called herself
Molly. Okay.
Molly Candy.
I think different girl.
Okay.
and I never lived in the same place with Candy. But all I know about Candy is, other than she is probably the most dedicated player over the years that is female, is she puts RX in her name, and I know that she's a nurse or she of some sort. So
I with her on Discord a couple of years ago. We were going to try and have her on as a guest. Some people are shy about this. You know, they don't like to hear their voice. They're afraid of what they're going to sound like. They don't think their English is good enough. Other people have told us that it's very difficult to play and talk at the same time. So they felt that distracted them. And I totally get all that.
The nature of gamers, they like to be able to kind of be role playing in a way that like they can feel relaxed, because they like some people that are like kind of shy in group situations. In reality, the video games give you a chance to kind of role play in a way that you can feel very comfortable, because no one's gonna judge you or anything like that.
Oh yeah, my wife will tell you I'm the quietest guy she knows. Normally, it's just when I get on these games. She's laughing right now at me. Yeah, but no, I get it. I am a very shy person, believe it or not. But I enjoy doing silly things, teaching, acting, coaching, and broadcasting these silly games. So, growing up and with my friends, and now with my brother-in-law and my nephews, talking during the game, whatever the game is, tennis, ping pong, corn toss, badminton, volleyball, whatever we're doing, we are always doing play-by-play while we play. It's, it's just what we do. All right, this one's going to your forehand, here comes a top spin, this one's hard, get ready, like we just, that's natural.
It really magnifies it, adds to it totally. It actually makes me think I should get like kind of an automated mic option, but there's just a lot of I have to make sure there's a lot of good mod tools because you get falls so easily. But like you get to have like a friends list, and that you say I want to hear from people I know, or people
right,
Rebel or team or whatever.
Yeah. All right. War Tanks giving the compliment. Thanks, War Tanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Well, that's just that is my natural nature. It's my nature. I prefer to hang out in the back somewhere and not be noticed.
Yes, that is
kind of hard to do that. It's good. Kind of hard to do that in a game, and if you're playing and all that.
Oh yeah, and it's great to be able to coordinate. Without having to like type to be able to.
Well, yeah, SDB and Matt are really good at that. They were hosting a show for a while. I think they were doing the Motor Wars broadcasts, so to speak, or live stream. Oops, I got booted again. Let's see where that thing was. Maybe I can get back in. Nope, guess I can't. Took my spot. Boy, it's been tough today. I've never had these problems.
Yeah, the server that's booting is the same as always, so it wouldn't be the server, but yeah, it could just be every now and then in your area, or there's a lot of area between servers. A lot of things that could happen in between that could just be bad luck.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Eki goes through it a lot. He gets
there are things they could do to mitigate that. It's like if you're getting booted, and there's a lot of optimizations that could happen, like tanks far away from you that you don't need to know every quarter of a second what's exactly going on with that tank. So that's something I can optimize.
I like watching the map in the distance best as I can, so you can anticipate where guys are, how to avoid them if they're trying to set you up, like somebody we know by the name of Andrew, who shall remain nameless.
Yeah.
He has blindsided people since the beginning of time, I think.
Yeah, he's probably my longest term player of them all. He talked about playing my games that are beyond mind memory. What? I made that, didn't I?
Well, when he showed up, I remember what the outcry. Nobody could believe how good this kid was, and he said, "I'm just a kid," and I remember him pleading almost, because he we would talk, and he'd say, he'd ask me, Outpost, do you think I'm cheating? I'm like, how would I know? Dude, you're so freaking good. How can it be? You're level 20. You're blowing up my 150 tank like it's nothing. Like I had no idea about anything. We're in a new room?
Yeah, we're making a new room to get you back in.
Okay, so I had no idea about any of this stuff. Pings and FPS and hacks, like there's bots. You can actually get bots. That's what I hear. All this stuff. I'm like, all I know is, wow, I have no chance against this kid. And he came out of nowhere. So as you play more, you begin to learn more about how it really works. And I'm so impressed by his skill level, or anybody who's that good. I set up the room, fellas. So this will probably be our last go round, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, he is, and that explains why, because he's been doing these games since he was a kid.
Back when his brain was learning language, and if you can get your brain to start wrapping around a video game, your brain is basically still developing, and you're learning language. There will never be an adult that will be able to compete with that.
Yeah. So I don't feel so bad. Thanks for that, Shade.
Yeah, don't feel bad. It's like, try to pick up the violin.
Yeah.
And it's never played before.
But yet, as a teacher, and I taught in a class for 30 years, as a teacher, you get in there and you hear all these legendary stories about how good the kids are on the tech. You have to include tech in your lessons, blah, 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 blah. And then you get, Mister, I didn't save the English paper. What do you mean you forgot to save? I forgot to hit save. No, you didn't. You didn't do it, and you wanted to make that up as an excuse. They suddenly they become tech illiterate when the money's up. It's pay time, show time. So it's just funny. But yes, I think that's true. It's a very good analogy to the instrument. I taught myself piano starting late, 21, 22. So I'll never be as adept as a natural or somebody who started practicing when they were 4 or 5 years old. But you can still enjoy it, which is what we all definitely do in the game. We may not be on Andrew's level, but it's something to aspire to.
What instruments have you are your main instruments musically?
It's just the piano.
Okay.
I fussed around a little bit on the guitar, but yeah, I love the piano the best. So it's beautiful. I have a keyboard. It's a nice keyboard. My one nephew has a piano, so I enjoy.
Is it like a Clavinova?
Mine is a Roland FP7. I had an EP7 and now I have an FP7. It's really nice. It's weighted keys, all tons of options with the sound effects, etc., etc. But I enjoy a pure piano sound more than anything.
Awesome. Me too. I fell in love with it. I couldn't do anything else but
You play piano.
50
You
years.
play piano as well.
Yeah, I went through the classical music circuit. I went to San Francisco Conservatory of Music, and I was gonna try to be a concert pianist until I found out how much work it would really take to be realistically making a living.
Yeah, it's crazy the amount of work. I'm happy playing.
Yeah.
I play New Order, David Bowie, some Springsteen, Christmas songs. I like the pop music stuff.
Awesome.
Alternative music more than anything. I do get into some classical pieces. They're very difficult for me to truly learn. I love playing them, but they're really hard for me to learn, to master. I can play them, but it's hard to master.
It's an incredible amount of work, but like somehow I was able to. It's like one of the few things that I can on constantly and not ever get bored. And there's like only 2 or 3 things like that. And so I was like, okay, I should be a pianist. And then video games came around, the Xbox came around, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. And I kind of wanted to spread out and do other arts, because I love all the art forms, and video games kind of encompass all of them.
Yeah, well, it's a different language, that's for sure. Learn the coding.
Yeah, you get to do.
That's confused me.
It involves like visual, audio. Some video games involve story and characters, and yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, and hence your point about, the younger you start with that sort of thing, the better adapted you'll get to it.
Oh, yeah.
But playing it. Robot, you don't play any instruments, or did you? I don't remember.
No, I don't.
He plays music, though. He likes some music.
Awesome. Yeah, I love all forms of music.
War Tanks is a highly skilled violin player.
Oh.
If you look on his
Awesome.
profile, we've talked a little bit about that. I mean, he's in competition in the whole thing. You gonna write a duet? a War Tanks theme. Nice.
Yeah, I love like meeting musicians. Play violin, and I could play a piano or something, and then write something. I did that with my sister. My sister learned like 3 different instruments, so for each one I wrote like a duet for us to play.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. That is really cool.
So yeah, I've always been like, I want to be the one kind of making the thing. So I was very involved in music composition, and with video games, the coding way captured me the most, my interest the most. So, like the way that the way the tanks behave in this game, I was obsessed with that. So like the behavior of the vehicles and how they feel, that was a really big part of.
My behavior's been awful on here. Anybody can tell you that. I don't know about Robot, but he knows all about my behavior.
Mine is just running into things. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that I appreciate about it is they, once I got over the bouncy flying abilities of it, it is realistic. Yeah, we had Crescendo on the one time or 2 times, one time or 2 times, I can't remember, Robert, once or twice. Anyway, he's also a musician. He is he's in an orchestra, not professional, but he has a regular job, but he's he plays I can't think of the name of it right now. It's a large horn.
Trombone.
Not the trombone, not a French horn. It's close to the French horn, but it's not the French horn.
Okay.
Anyway,
yeah,
highly skilled musician as well. But he was actually served in the Netherlands Army and in a tank.
Wow.
Which I thought was fascinating. But I missed that during I was going back and listening to the broadcast. I heard him say that, and I missed that during the conversation. So I haven't had a chance to follow up with him. We haven't gotten him back on to touch base on that. But I would think that would be interesting to see how, his perception of how the tanks handle compared to how they really handle. I'm sure there's going to be something.
Well, I mean, these are ridiculous. They're ridiculous by design, I would say. I wanted them to feel heavy, yet just really ridiculously versatile. So, give it as much control. I just love having a lot of tanks can jump, and like, I try it without jumping, and I'm like, no, they have to jump. And they have to fly in the air when it shift. There's no other way around it.
You had a lot of input from some of the early players on the development of the evolution of the game, correct?
Yeah, especially Tank Off 2. The first one was completely me, but then in Tank Off 2, there's a lot of people had just lots and lots of feedback and input, and a lot of debates about, like, for example, the retroaction of the turret when you shoot. Should it be that you can gain speed that way by flipping the turret?
Oh, I remember that. Yes, I was not a fan of that.
What I was thinking originally is that it should slow you down, because like it would be a trade-off where if you're shooting a lot, you're going to slow down a little bit if you do. I thought that would be an interesting consideration in this strategy. Add another kind of layer there. But the fact that you could turn the turret so fast if you right-click, then it was kind of like exploit.
Yes, exactly.
My feeling is that if high-level gameplay looks ridiculous and it looks like someone is just exploiting the game, then that kind of reflects on me as a developer as kind of missing.
So, War Tanks asked a question here in the chat. Which game of your games do you like the most?
Of mine?
Yes.
Oh, so, gosh, oh, jeez. I've always, I refer to Tank Off actually the most. If I want to show, okay, here's what I think I'm of kind of act sportish and stuff. I think it's probably the most refined. There is the Motor Wars probably the second one. I like that there's asymmetry in Motor Wars. You have you even have aircraft in Motor Wars if you get high enough level. They're kind of weak though by design because fair, but there's gigantic fucking monster trucks and very small vehicles, heavy vehicles. So that was interesting, but there's also an appeal to when the behavior of your of the vehicles kind of evened out and predictable across the board. There's no that can shoot a machine gun at you.
Right.
Consistency to it, and so I can see how that lends itself better to there's enough symmetry and predictability that it can be more esport like.
I agree. I think each tank has its own attributes. Some people like certain tanks. I used to be all about the Abrams, but then a couple of, I don't know, it's been over a year, Andrew was playing around with the Panzer here in the military base and commenting on how much fun it is, and everybody said, you can't play with the Panzer in the military base, and blah, blah, blah. And he of course, being Andrew, showed everybody wrong, and I was trying to adjust to the new computer and my new ability to not get frustrated by lag because of my.
Oh, yeah, you're far from the server.
Well, it's more the what's the thing that the Dell has that the Macs don't have. It's the gaming chip or whatever is better.
Oh yeah,
the gaming card.
Right,
it's much better in a Dell, even though it's not a top-end Dell. But it's way better performance than the Mac. Way better. Once I got this computer, the performance went up so much. So now I'm thinking, well, I'll give that a shot. And now I play with it almost exclusively.
Oh, cool.
You know, here I am in a little.
The Panzer probably is probably the most demanding on the computer. Actually, it is every what is it? On every there's a certain kind of shock. I'm trying to remember what it is, but there's twice as much physics calculations going on in the Panzer.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Makes it even more
Similarly, though, the first tank you end up with those flappy things. I guess they're guards.
I call that the trilobite tank. The T90. I call that the trilobite tank. It looks like a little trilobite. It's got the flappy stuff. You know, it's mud muncher. It's low to the ground. It doesn't go anywhere. You know.
I love getting under the big Abrams and just blasting. That in a way is my favorite tank.
Well, Fatumba makes that thing such a weapon. He launches himself out of the base and dives under you, burrows under you, this little trilobite tank, and boom, up in the air you go, and he picks you to pieces, and you're left with nothing. You're shredded.
I just saw good old bad robot. It's sneak. Yeah, you flipped his belly up, got him right in the center. That's it. Because the damage is relative center of gravity of the tank, and the distance the blast happens from the center is the amount of damage. And I thought, is that realistic or whatever? I think that it turned out to be it's the consistency that mattered, so I kept it that way. Even though if you shot your cannon like right between the top, I don't know, forget what that's called, the turret lid thing, and the bottom, the chases of the tank. That's probably the best place in a real war to try to shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Here it's like the belly, the underbelly.
Right. Well, it's the soft underbelly of the tanks.
Yeah.
So we're winding down here. I don't even know how many games we've played here.
This will be the last
I probably
one.
need to go, but the fun fact is that flag was designed and modeled by I was playing earlier.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Who was it modeled by?
Jenny. So Jenny Nexus, the server. She made the flag, and I was like, the flag is the most, it's the MacGuffin, that it's all about the flag. So I was happy to give her that pride.
Plug. Yes, that plug. Excellent. Well, we're in the lobby now.
Yeah.
We have wrapped things up on the battlefield.
That was excellent.
Games were won, games were lost, teams played, players were there. I really had no idea who was there.
Left and right.
Yeah.
but we had a good time, that's for sure.
Definitely excellent time.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
It was really great having you on. Hopefully we can do this again. Please feel free to just say, hey, I have a few minutes. I can jump in or whatever. We had a great time talking to you.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. We are very, very honored to have Shade, creator of the game, on with us today. Special broadcast. Thank you to all the guys that were able to make it and join in the fun. I did see a bunch of guys. I kind of did, but I have no idea how anything was being played. Like I can't single out anybody for great action. It was just it was a blur because I was really just chatting away. But
Yeah.
thanks, fellas, for joining us. Yeah.
Yeah, this is real fun. Yeah. I better get back to working on the servers.
Okay. All right.
Thank you,
So
Shane.
gonna say goodbye to the recording now. So see you later, guys. And we are out. Except
So
for
we're
this.
still here in Discord.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you so much, Shade. Really, really appreciate you taking the time. Oh, he's out.
Yeah, he's gone.
That was fun, man. That was fun.